Madam Chairman, members of the Education Committee, and everybody else. My name's Ken Knight. I don't have a long list of qualifications. I'm not a doctor of anything. I have 14 children, okay? So my experience comes from the fact that with 14 children, we've experienced just about every educational challenge you can imagine in the process. My youngest is 6 years old, and we've still got some things ahead of us with some surprises ahead. Our homeschooling experience has covered 29 years, but I've also taught in Christian schools and on university level involved in churches. So I understand the classroom situation, plus I'm a product of public education myself. But my public education was more diverse than most people. I went to 16 different schools, and 2 of those twice because my dad was in the Navy and we moved everywhere. In the process of this, though, our children, most of whom have already graduated from our homeschool situations, we've got a pretty good record. I've got 3 boys who are in the Marine Corps, or 2 are in the Marine Corps. One of them got out and now he's a truck driver. We've got people involved in missions work. We've got educators. The key to this is we have homeschooled our children as the best education we can get for our kids. I've been involved in Christian schools, which are considered by most people to be a step up from public schools, but I believe that home educating is even better for our children than that. We have, in the process of this, during our homeschool time, we have participated in the school's requirements for achievement testing. When we did, we made sure we paid for our own achievement tests. We didn't call upon a public school teacher we didn't have the DPI pay for anything. We handled it all. We made sure that a certified teacher did do it, but it was somebody we paid to handle the testing. But in the process of it, we've experienced a few things. Sometimes the anxiety that the students went through with the test coming up has been this side of unbearable. Excuse me. We've had some students that achievement testing was no problem. They could handle it. It was easy. You just take it. Some, it was a challenge just because of their own abilities. And some of them, because of the anxiety that they had, or from the situations that they dealt with, or their strength or weaknesses, they suffered some really tough self-esteem issues. Some of them had wanted to quit school completely. One of our children said, "Why am I so stupid?" Just because their test score wasn't as high. Now this student is on college prep courses now and doing great. And what I see is that this achievement testing that they went through, if I personally could see that there was a tremendous amount of benefit from it, if it was doing good, if it was being a tremendous help, then I could see it. But I don't. I've seen the educational system, and I'm not telling you that I'm an expert in anything, but anybody that's paying attention can see that our educational system in the United States of America is not getting a whole lot better, and we're seeing a lot more problems come up. That's not the trend I've seen in homeschooling. Now, my wife and I were elected to the board of directors for the North Dakota Homeschool Association. Not because we have tremendous qualifications, because they think with 14 kids we've got a lot to offer. Hopefully they're right. But the truth is, my experience in testing is that the cost, and I don't mean financially because we're willing to do that, but I mean the cost to the students is not worth any of the benefits that we've seen. And hopefully you've all asked all the hard questions, but if you have any more, I'm willing.
Are there any questions, committee members? Representative Mueller.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Knight, first of all, congratulations on 14 kids. That's amazing.
We did cheat and have one set of twins.
Still count. Mr. Knight, you talked a great deal about testing and certainly the anxieties and stress and the difficulties of what ensues when tests are looming. I think we've all been there. But you also said that you were involved in teaching at a college level in your testimony. Would you suggest, would you think that we ought not to do testing in college? I mean, if it's good at this level, is it not also good at the level that you taught at?
Two things. First off, Chairman Kelch, Representative Mueller. The yes or no answer to that is yes, I would, in the fact that I believe that the area of education that we have on the homeschool level and dealing with grammar school and high school, I truly believe that what we're doing here is transferable to the college level. We just have a college system that doesn't encompass the home education process as well. I believe that there is potential where those tests could become as meaningless on a college level as that. But I also live in a real world where now we don't. But the main, and I don't know necessarily if this is the question you're asking, but I believe that at a college level, we're dealing with people at a totally different age in their development. And young children, fourth graders, when they come at this, I know fourth graders. I've had my share of them. Their abilities to handle this stuff is different than a full-grown adult, and that may be debatable that college-level students are full-grown adults or not. But the ability to handle those kinds of things at that different stage in their development makes the difference significant, I believe. Hopefully that does answer what you're asking.
Any further questions? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
We have one final support.